What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Justin Ford Podcast, where I'll be releasing life-changing principles and valuable information focused on all things faith, finance, family, fitness, real estate, and so much more. Let's go! What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Justin Ford Unleashed Podcast. Super excited to be with you here again today. Hopefully you've been doing great since the last episode. Guys, if you're loving the show, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, or you can subscribe to your favorite podcast platform. And if you're really loving the show, go ahead and leave me a 5-star review. Always appreciate all the love and support. And feel free to share it on social media. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can at the official Justin Ford. Again, at the official Justin Ford. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and also here on YouTube. Got another great episode for you today, but before we get into that, I wanted to remind you and let you know that this episode is brought to you by my friends over at Next Door Lending. Next Door Lending is a team of professionals that believe everyone should be treated as if they lived next door. The founders and team members have more than 150 years of combined experience helping clients all over the country choose the best loan program to help you accomplish their goals. Next Door Lending is currently licensed in over 23 states and has a team of over 100 loan officers specializing in helping you get the best rate and terms. So whether you're looking to refinance your home or you're looking to purchase your next home, call my friends over at Next Door Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com and you'll be welcomed to the neighborhood. Again, super excited to be with you today. I got my lovely wife, Joy Ford, back in the studio.
Happy New Year.
Hey.
2023.
2023 is officially here.
Yep.
And this is another episode and edition of Real Raw and Uncut.
Yes.
Yep. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying Real Raw and Uncut.
Yep.
I know I enjoy having you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've come to love it. I for a long time, like I told you in the last episode, it was hard for me. And it's hard for me to just go on the cuff of like what we're talking about, but I'm good with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you do a great job. And I remember the first time it was difficult.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, nerve-wracking and difficult, but
I feel like I'm always difficult. Am I a difficult wife?
17 years, let me think. Maybe been a few difficult
He's really
times.
honest. Let me just let you know, he never sugarcoats things. He's a very honest man. And sometimes he has to scale it back a little, but
yeah, I mean,
I can be difficult.
I mean, I think we all can
be difficult.
I know I can. Yeah.
We all can.
Yeah. No, it's all good. And so, yeah, no, it's exciting. I can't believe we've been doing this now for almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It's been great.
I'm excited about who we're having on this year.
Yeah, we've got some great
things we have planned and
some real cool stuff. And, you know, I love doing the episodes with you because I feel, people love hearing, the Real Run Uncut aspect of our lives, because I think that, with us being real, I think people appreciate that and are drawn to that because I think there's a lot of people out there that are just not real. They put on a facade, they make people think a certain way. And, I just love that we can be real with people and be open with people and really.
To a certain degree.
Huh?
To a certain degree.
No, it's called Real Run Uncut.
I mean, we are real and raw, but there's certain things you can't say.
Well, I mean, we get pretty close with everything. Maybe not everything, but obviously. But I mean, but we don't we're not like one way on the show and another.
No, exactly. This is who you get.
Yeah,
what
you see is what you get.
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice one.
You're funny. And so today, guys, we wanted to just talk to you, really about like coming into the new year, right? A lot of times people set what we call New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year. And, I've always looked at New Year's resolutions as, even the word resolution, I think is weird, right? And, it should be really a goal, because I think when people come into the new year and even, coming into the end of last year into 2023, I always look at my life and say, okay, where do I want to get better in 2023? What are my goals going to be? What am I going to do to ensure that I hit my goals in 2023? I don't want it to just be a fantasy. And I think sometimes that's what a resolution is like, oh my gosh, I want to lose, 30 pounds this year. But there's really no plan of action around it. Or I'm just going to, get a fitness membership. I'm going to start working out, or I want to get out of debt, or I want to do this. And a lot of times there's no plan of action around what it is you want to accomplish.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like a setup for failure almost every time you say, I have a New Year's resolution, because it just brings so much stress mentally to try to figure out how that's going to happen and not be another statistic of like stopping after a month or two.
Yeah. And speaking of statistics, I actually got some interesting ones down here. And it says here, every year, people around the world make New Year's resolutions to reach their goals, improve their health, and better their lives. Many people are successful at keeping their resolutions, while many others fail. So there's some statistics here, and there's quite a few here. But this one says, according to a 2016 study, the 41% of Americans who make New Year's resolutions, by the end of the year, only 9% are successful in keeping them.
Wow.
So out of 41% of all Americans, so that's like half the country sets out to, create New Year's resolutions, but only 9% succeed. An earlier study in 2007 showed that 12% of people who set resolutions are successful, even though 52% of the participants were confident of success at the beginning. It also says here, success and failure rates over the first 6 months of those who make a New Year's resolution. After 1 week, 25% already give up.
Wow.
After 2 weeks, 30% of people give up. After 1 month, 36% of people have already given up. And after 6 months, 46% of people who make a resolution are actually still committed. And it's pretty crazy. And reasons for failure, it says
what are those reasons?
In a 2014 study, 35% of the participants who failed their New Year's resolution said they had unrealistic goals. 33% of participants who failed didn't keep track of their progress. 23% forgot about their resolutions. How do you forget about your resolution? Honestly, like, how do you forget?
That's crazy.
You just wake up one day like, I forgot my resolution.
I forgot not to eat a dozen cupcakes. I just wanted to have the dozen cupcakes. I forgot not to have sugar.
And about 1 in 10 people, so that's 10%, who failed said they made too many resolutions.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That looks like you're setting yourself up for failure when you do too many things.
Yes.
I think that the better term instead of resolution would be habit. I think that having a new habit going into the new year, whatever, to get to your goal, it's a daily thing. It's a new habit that you can do every day that it's going to become a lifestyle. So like, if you're not going to eat vegan for your whole life, why are you doing it? Like, if it's not like a mental reason why you've studied and do it and you're trying to keep, animals or whatever that may look like, if it's not going to be a life habit, then why do it?
Well, how do you create a habit for those that are listening?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let's back up. So for a little over a year, you've been running almost every single day, and not just like here and there, but like you've been 100% committed, and your body has changed, your mind has changed, your life has changed, and you've done that now for over a year. How did you do that? How did it become a habit for you?
Accountability, for one.
That's huge.
When someone's like, hey, you coming to the gym? Hey, you coming? We're running outside. How many miles are we doing today? So someone's always got to be asking or meeting you up or asking for a photo. So accountability was one thing. And then after you start doing it for a couple months, it just becomes a habit. I don't even know. Like, you wake up and you just don't feel the same without doing it.
Right.
It's a part of your schedule now. It's a part of your daily thing. Speaking of habits, I just want to bring up a memory. My grandpa, on the Filipino side of the family, he would wake up every day, 5 a.m., work out, and he'd go 3 floors down. They owned a 3-unit in Chicago. He would go to the basement and do a workout. Like, it wasn't like weights and like buffing. Like, he would run in circles. I don't even know how many times, like a run around. He would do these little weights, and I'm not sure what else he did down there, but he would come upstairs and have a banana. And then he'd grab his lunch that my grandma would make. She'd make him an egg salad sandwich and a peanut butter and jelly every single day. Even on the weekends. Like, it was a daily a life habit. Like, he did. So when we'd go visit Chicago and visit them, it was just like, anytime somebody woke up a little early, they knew Grandpa was like, you'd either see him grabbing his banana or heading out the door,
Yeah.
or see him at lunch. But my grandma would make her sandwiches for him every night, the night before.
Yeah.
So when I saw him and see him do that, it's like that. Now that's a habit. That's a daily thing that just, you can't go to work or do something else without doing that first. It's like having a cup of coffee, probably.
Yeah, it becomes a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got, for those that are listening right now, when, we're talking about habits, that's what it takes to form any type of change, right? If you're going to change certain aspects of your life, whether it's spending, whether it's working out, whether it's whatever it may be, it has to become a habit. And even with these statistics that we read about resolutions, is most people are quitting, in the first month, even 2 months. And it's like a habit can't even be formed, they say, for at least like 60 days.
Yeah.
So if you do something for 60 days, it becomes a habit, like you said, and then you're doing it because it's a part of now your daily lifestyle. And in order to have change, it has to become a habit.
Yeah. And I think that like having one thing that you're changing this year to become a habit is not hard to do. Even if it's like walking a mile a day, like whatever that looks like, it needs to be the same thing for the year.
Yeah.
Or to start a habit. And you can't say, oh, I'm going to, do 5 things. Like, be realistic. Like, just start walking or, whatever it looks like. If you're committing to doing yoga 3 times a week for your whole life, then great. Do it 3 times your whole life, even when you're on vacation. Like, it needs to be something you can do every day, even while you're on vacation.
And there's a lot of different goals that you can set and habits that you can create, not just in your health, but your relationships, right?
Yeah.
Your sleep pattern, the amount of water you drink, how you spend your money, how you spend your time, like all of those things. And, when we get so used to, a certain pattern or habit or how we do things, to change that is like a disruption to the existing pattern. And I know sometimes that can throw things off and take time. But I want to give you guys 5 steps on how to build a habit, right? Joy's talking about a habit. I've seen her change her life through the last year through this fitness habit. And number 1 is you have to set a specific goal, right? You have to set a specific goal, not just a resolution, right? It's a specific goal. And you have to define that goal, that you want to, turn into a habit, right? This has got to be a life change, right? Number 2 is you have to create a detailed plan around it. And I teach this, right, in our prospecting bootcamp, the 6 keys to success. If you go back to the 6 keys to success that I did, I think it was episode 1 or 2, I talk about that you can't just set a goal like, I want to lose 30 pounds. Well, how do you get to losing 30 pounds? It's not just going to the gym every day. It's what you eat. It's how many days are you going to work out? How many calories are you going to burn? What are the changes that you're making in your life? Number 3, make it fun. Have you made running fun?
I have.
How have you done that?
Buying cute running clothes, I guess. I don't know. I mean, and it's just, I don't know. Yeah. The more like you look into like running items that you can purchase, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know you can have these little jelly things that you can. So my sister Hope bought me for Christmas some of those little gel packs.
Jellies.
Yeah. And like, it's like the more you find things that go with what you're doing, you're like, oh, I didn't.
Yeah, you got custom shoes, right? And then you turned me on to custom shoes like 6 months after running and being in excruciating pain on my feet. You're like, oh, you should get some custom shoes. I'm like, when did you learn about this?
Not really custom,
like 6 months ago.
Have your initials on them, but like
custom meaning it fits
for your foot based on how you walk.
Specific, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why'd you guys hold out on me on 6 months? This is ridiculous.
And that was his big purchase when we were in New York, was getting shoes. Like,
you're like,
he doesn't care to shop. When we walked past this running store, we walked past it and he's like, oh, let's go in here. And like, that was his big purchase of New York, was getting a new pair of
shoes with soles that make your feet feel good. It's important.
Yes.
Number 4, after make it fun, number 4 is accountability, right? Accountability, like you just said, is super important. And Lori became your accountability partner. She became your running partner, and she would contact you every day and say, hey, let's get to the gym. Let's go for a run. Yeah. And accountability is so important.
Yeah. If she didn't message me every morning to say, hey, what are we doing today? What kind of workout we're doing? I probably wouldn't have been doing it. Like, right. and it turns into, sorry to interject what you're saying,
you're
but
good.
That accountability turned into now spiritual accountability, because like we'll pray during our walk or run outside, and we'll catch up on how things are going. What we can pray about, what's going on, what the good things and the bad things that are happening. And, so you're feeding your spirit as well, and then, so it's not just physical too. When you have somebody accountable to, you can be accountable to them, not just with fitness, but in other areas of your life, if you feel comfortable opening up to them. So mentally, to be
That's funny.
accountable mentally.
Because when I run, I'm praying, God, please help me. This sucks. I need you.
Because you have nobody
this
running
is
with
horrible.
you if you're on the treadmill.
Even when I'm running
Unless
with
I'm
you.
Oh, really?
Well, not now, but I remember when I first started, I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm dying.
I think every 2 seconds you're like, oh, my calves, they're going to explode. I'm like, they're not going to explode.
Well, this was before you
let me punch them. Maybe we need some
But this
circulation.
is before you turned me on to the custom shoes. You let me suffer for about 6 months. And then,
you're too cheap to buy some running shoes. You had them Nikes.
But now, like the
now
first
you're
day.
in love?
No, the first
He's
day
in love, guys.
that I ran with custom shoes, my feet and my calves didn't hurt.
Yeah, I know.
6. Is there anything else
that
I
need? Are you in love?
I mean, I'm in love with you.
I know, but like your shoes, like you feel amazing.
I mean, they're great, but
she makes you feel amazing. Those shoes.
No, you make me feel amazing. Not the shoes. You're weird. Anyways,
they do though. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, realistically.
But anyways, so and then the last one, number 5, is be flexible, right? And I think a lot of times when it comes to setting a goal or even a New Year's resolution, and I think this is key as to why a lot of people give up, is because when you set out to go to the gym, right? I'm going to go to the gym every single day, right? January 1, you're at the gym. I'm going every single day. And then all of a sudden, when you don't feel like going to the gym, you don't go. Day 1, day 2, day 3, you've missed 3 days and you just throw in the towel because you set an unrealistic goal, but you weren't flexible with yourself. And I remember for me, very early on when I used to, make resolutions and do all this stuff, I would make a goal, and the minute I fell off,
you just want to stop doing it.
Yeah, I would just stop versus saying, you know what? All right, I ate crappy for 3 days, or I missed doing this for 3 days. I'm starting back from scratch today. I think a lot of people, because of not being flexible, just throw in the towel on their goal, on their resolution, because they feel, well, it's already too late. I missed it. And it goes back to, this is the difference between a resolution and a lifestyle change is, I mean, there's days where you might miss the gym 1 or 2 days or not go for a run, but you get right back at it.
Well, yeah, like today, like it depends on what's going on. So like if I have to be somewhere really early, in my mind, I wake up and I'm like, well, I didn't get up at 5 a.m. to go. So all good. I'll go to it later. And I just have my outfit packed in my bag for some time later, sometime in the day, whatever time that looks like, I'm going to just fit it in sometime during that day. And I don't stress about it anymore. Before I used to stress about it and be like, oh, I didn't go. And then I would say, oh, it's just my rest day. I would turn it into my rest day, which I do have once a week.
Yeah.
And I don't do maybe I'll do yoga, or maybe I won't do either one, but
it's because you're flexible.
Yeah. I don't put so much stress in my mind anymore about having to be there at a certain time. Like if like I said, I have days where I wake up and I'm like, well, I'm not doing it this morning, so I'm going to go later.
Yeah. And so for those of you guys that are listening right now, we want to encourage you that if you set some resolutions this year, if you set some goals coming into 2023, be flexible with yourself, right? Find accountability. Accountability is everything. You have to have fun with your goal and what you're looking to accomplish. And I had before I came into the studio this morning, I went to the gym and ran 2 miles. And, I found a quote, because I always like to look at some type of quote or, like fitness or health quote. And here was the quote that I saw this morning. And this is great. And I want you to think about this when it comes to a goal or a resolution that you've set out for yourself. Is the quote is this: do something that your future self will thank you for. Right? Because if you're working out, if you're looking to get your finances in order, whatever your goal is for 2023, even though it might be difficult, which change is difficult, right? Look at it that, I'm doing this for my future self. I'm doing this to be more healthy and feel better. I'm doing this to be able to get out of debt down the road. I'm doing whatever it is you're doing for your future self, right? And be willing to commit to that. I'll touch on 2 more things. Is commitment is everything.
Oh, I have the definition of that too.
Oh, you do? Go ahead.
No, it's consistency. Sorry.
Well, same thing. Go ahead with consistency.
Consistency. Let me remind you what that means. It says acting or done in the same way over time, especially so as to be fair or accurate.
Yeah.
Unchanging in nature. Standard.
Yep. And what commitment means is not only committing to whatever it is you're doing, it's being committed even when the feeling of what was present when you made the commitment wears off, right? Like everybody's fired up and excited going into the new year. It's like, yes, I'm starting from scratch. I'm fired up. I'm excited.
Start over, new year.
But a week in, 2 weeks in, those feelings go away. And commitment says, I'm going to show up and I'm going to go even if I don't feel like it.
Because how many commitment, this little bracelet right here, if you can see in the camera.
A little bit, yeah.
It says don't quit.
Right.
So I got this last year. The name of the company is called Little Words Project. Look them up online. Sometimes you can find them at a little salon store. That's where I found it, in the salon store. And my girlfriend Candy and her daughter and my daughter and her daughter got me on these bracelets. I guess they wear them a lot, and you can get them customized to say anything. Well, mine, I found it the way this was, bought it the way it was. I didn't get it customized. It says don't quit. And I think my word last year for the year was don't quit. And every time I just want to stop doing something, I look down. It's like a reminder. Like sometimes people put rubber bands on their fingers to remind them. Literally, I go and I shower with this bracelet on. Like I look at it, I'm like, don't quit. Like there's no reason to quit.
Right. I'm
not going to stop doing this, whatever it looks like. So maybe you can get a little bracelet made.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
As a reminder.
Yeah, as a reminder. And again, what commitment means is showing up regardless of how the feeling makes you feel. And I'll encourage you with this, those that are listening, mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. And this is where we either accomplish our goals or we fail because it's in our mindset. And so, the one thing that I look at with my life is, I've had a lot of inconsistency in my health and fitness. That's the area that I've really struggled the most, even though, I've always been forward, right? I've never gone backwards. I always feel like I'm always moving forward. Sometimes it feels like I'm taking a step back, but I've been on this journey of health change, of fitness, and constantly making decisions that help me move towards that future self that I want to be. And what I've learned is through my mindset is it's hard, but it's hard staying the same. It's hard feeling discouraged with your health. It's hard being overweight. It's hard feeling unhealthy. But it's hard to run. It's hard to get out there and make changes. Right. But what I always like to say is one hard leads you to a reward and one hard leads you to regret. You just have to choose your hard.
That's good.
And so we're committed this year. We've got some great health goals in 2023. What are some of your health goals, Joy, for 2023? Do you have any? Really just continue maybe doing what you're doing?
I do have a goal of my health. It's more of like strength training. I'm trying to learn to to strengthen my lower back. So I guess there's certain things you can do to do that. That means like tightening my abs and finding them still, and so strength training kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. I'm learning. I got to figure out how to put that together, but
right. Yeah,
being stronger in my lower back.
My biggest health goal this year is to complete 260 workouts. When you look at 365 days a year and you do 5 workouts a week, that's 260.
That's good.
Because I know for me, when I work out, I'm consistent, I'm disciplined, I show up, I actually do the workout, I feel better.
You feel amazing.
Every area of my life is better because I'm better.
Yes.
And that's good. I want you guys to think
and your
that.
Mindset.
Like when you get better, everything around you gets better, right? And so my commitment this year is to really be committed.
That's awesome.
To my health.
Well, I'm sure I'll sound like an annoying wife, like bugging you about it every day, but
it's accountability.
I know it benefits you.
Yeah.
I know it makes you mentally better. It sets you up for an amazing day. And although we don't want to do that, I promise you feel amazing mentally, especially.
Got to build the
habit.
habit.
All about mental strength,
And you never know who's watching, right? Because when you're getting better and people are watching you, then it encourages and inspires them to go get better too.
Yep.
Any final words, Joy?
No, I don't have a happy new year.
So guys, we're encouraging you today. Get out there and make those changes, right? Commit to yourself. Don't give up. Be flexible. Build habits. Have fun. Find accountability. Get clear on your goal and put the components of how to achieve your goal in place. And if you fall down, get back up, right? It's never too late. And so, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode here. Again, this episode is brought to you by my friends over at Next Door Lending. Next Door Lending is a team of professionals that believe everyone should be treated as if they lived next door. The founders and team members have more than 150 years of combined experience helping clients all over the country choose the best loan program to help you accomplish your goals. Next Door Lending is currently licensed in over 23 states and has a team of over 100 loan officers specializing in helping you get the best rate and terms. Whether you're looking to refinance your home or you're looking to purchase your next home, call my friends over at Next Door Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com. Again, thanks for tuning in to another episode. Wishing you and your family an amazing 2023. If you're loving the show, do me a favor. Again, go ahead and hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. You can also subscribe to your favorite podcast platform. Feel free to reach out to Joy and I anytime. You can reach out to me and follow me on social media at the official Justin Ford. You can also find our Justin and Joy Real Run Uncut at Justin and Joy Ford. And feel free to shoot us an email if you have any questions, Justin at justinfordunleashed.com. And again, feel free to leave us a review. Guys, two things that I always like to leave you with here on the show. Number one, it's not how you start. What matters is how you finish. And number two, with God, all things are possible. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.